Yo, welcome back to another video. Today we are in the Open Creative League, and let's see what team we're running with here. So we're going to be trying out the Pelipper paired with the Registeel and the Whimsicott in the back. Here we got a fairly decent lead here, resisting the fast move from this Quagsire. However, Quagsire does potentially know Stone Edge, so we're going to fire off a Weather Ball first. They tank the move. We tried to catch a move there, but unfortunately the energy did get sniped. We shield right here, ends up being the Aqua Tail bait, so a good bait by my opponent. We're going to apply the pressure here, throw the next Weather Ball, potentially getting a shield. There's the shield back, so that's not bad. And now we have a decision. Are they going to throw the Stone Edge or are they going to throw the Aqua Tail? They decide to go for the Stone Edge there. We do shield the correct move. We are farming up a good amount of energy. We're going to fire off this Weather Ball before they get to another Stone Edge. We know that if they shield, they're probably going to go for the Stone Edge, so we're going to switch out and catch something, probably the Stone Edge. There it is. There's the Stone Edge. We do tank it, and then they have the Talonflame in the back. So Talonflame in the back, at least we draw it out now. We're going to chip away at the Talonflame with this Moonglass, still doing a decent amount, even though it's resisted. That did roughly 35%. And then we're going to come back in here with the Pelipper. Pelipper is going to be able to tank whatever move here, ends up being the Fly, and we luckily have enough energy from the first matchup that we can get to this Weather Ball, take out this Talonflame, so now our Registeel can go free if we need to use it. They still have two Pokemon, one really weak Pokemon. Okay, they have the Hesnon in the back. Just not here is going to, okay, they try to catch a move, but unfortunately for them, we were simultaneously switching, and we were able to farm down that Quagsire. They need to get to probably two superpowers here, but we already added a Focus Blast and they already debuffed themselves, so this is going to KO and that's going to be GG's right there. So we were able to win that game with the Registeel at the end right there, and kind of anticipating what they had, because once they had double shielded the Quagsire matchup, you know that they probably didn't want to see that Pelipper in the back. All right, here we go. Next game, we have the Pelipper versus the Skeletors. Okay, pretty decent lead here. We definitely don't want to see the Skeletors in the back. They do a fast move and they switch out into the Cresselia. This Cresselia here has no chance in beating this Reggie without any shield, so we should be fine here. It's gonna come down to what their last Pokemon is. Future Sight gets revealed, so Future Sight dealing a little bit more damage because of the stab, and they are going to have that attack bonus, but we are going to get the Zap Cannon and it debuffs them, so that kind of negates their stab bonus, and they realize that that's the fate, so they GG's quit right there. They unfortunately couldn't get past our Reggie, and the Cresselia Skeletor's core right there just couldn't break ours. Next game, we have the Pelipper versus the Skarmory. Okay, kind of a either soft loss here, or if we really wanted to, we can shield our way through this. We're going to throw this Weather Ball before they get to a potential move. This is going to chip away at this Skarmory. It will not KO, so they realize that they're going to let that go. And now we have a decision. Are they going to go for the Brave Bird here, or are they going to go for the bait? We decided to let it go. Brave Bird does get used, and they are able to just snipe our energy there. However, they do come back in with the Sableye. Sableye here is going to have to get through our Whimsicott. Whimsicott is going to throw a Grass Knot bait here. Let's see if they end up shielding. No shield, because they want the farm with their Skarmory if we ended up taking them out. So we tank the return here, and we put everything on the line with our Registeel. Registeel has to take out the Skarmory, take out the Sableye, and anticipating some kind of Mudboy in the back. So this is going to be a tall task, but we'll see what happens. We're going to go for this Focus Blast here. They're probably going to let it go. Yep. And then they're going to bring in their back Pokemon. Oh, wow. Ends up being the Typhlosion. So really no chance, because they had the Typhlosion floating in the back. Fire types in the back is not great for our situation. Either way, the Sableye was kind of a great Pokemon for them, for our general team. We didn't really have an answer for it. We did have the Whimsicott, but it needs to get to at least 2 Moonglasses probably, because we got even shields. So kind of unfortunate lineup there. They ended up having just the right counters for us in the back. All right, next game, let's see what we find. We got the Pelipper versus the Gligar. Okay, much better matchup here. We definitely want this here. They switch out into their Wiggly, and we have the Registeel for this, so this is going to be another great answer for us. We're going to fire off this Zap Cannon as soon as we have it. This is going to deal some good neutral damage, potentially debuffing. There's the debuff, so this is an even bigger winning matchup for us. Wiggly versus the Registeel is going to fire off an Icy Wind. So both of us are debuffed 1 stage right now. And our opponent does keep farming. We're going to go into about 100, throw this Focus Blast Undercharge. Undercharge does go through, and that was probably a little bit too much of an undercharge. This is going to be a tough farm down. I know the Icy Wind does get revealed, so this is going to... okay, they switch out into the Skeletors, so we're going to switch out into our Pelipper here, as the Skeletors would be pretty decent against our Whimsicott, so we're just going to maintain alignment here. We do grab a shield, and at this point here, we want to break down the shields or take out the Skeletors, so we're going to shield here. Ends up being the Disarming Voice, that's fine. We're going to be able to get to another Weather Ball here to threaten a lot of damage or a shield. Our opponent does end up double shielding, and at this point, since we're so close to another move, all we have to do is shield up here. There's no way that they can get to this next move here, and it needs to be a Shadow Ball, I think. So they are going to have to get this Skeledirge sacked. We take it out, we see that they have the Glider. Glider here is going to have to get to 2 Aerial Aces. We're going to fire off this Weather Ball here. It does a decent amount of effective damage. We're going to catch a move onto our Whimsicott here. 1 Aerial Ace doesn't quite KO, and now it's the race to the move. Can we get to the Seed Bomb? We do get to the Seed Bomb. Our opponent here is going to probably survive it. Barely. Yeah, barely survive, but they are going to throw on timing. This is going to take our Whimsicott, but because this Glider is so low, we're going to be able to win this game with the combination of Pelipper and the Reggie. So we know that they're relatively dry here, so we're going to switch out, and they reveal that they're going to bring back in the Wiggly. We are able to farm down, come out with a Weather Ball, and take out this Glider. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game with some maneuvering with the Pelipper. Pelipper ended up being an MVP for breaking the Skeletors and the Glider in the back. And then luckily we had the Reggie lined up against that Wigglytuff. So interesting team by them. All right, here we go. We got the Pelipper versus the Annihilate. Finally, this team is kind of fishing out Annihilates, and we finally see the Annihilate. We are going to build up energy here. We're going to throw... oh, good timing by them. They are going to be able to reach a move. Shadow Ball does get thrown, taking us really low. So we're going to fire back our own Weather Ball here. This Weather Ball will not KO, but they do decide to shield. We are able to reach another Weather Ball. So this is going to chip at it. It's not going to KO, I don't think. Yeah, they're barely able to survive. We're going to come in here with the Whimsicott. They are going to get farmed down, and let's see what they have in the back here. Ends up being the Glider. So we know that the Whimsicott does win CAP versus the Glider, so we're going to throw this Moonblast first. Does some good neutral damage here. Our opponent does end up throwing an Aerial Ace. We're going to shield here. But because we have that little bit of extra energy, we're going to be able to time this C-Bomb right when they get to their move. So they have to make a decision. Are they going to shield here, or are they going to let it go? They decide to shield. We're trying to switch to catch the Aerial Ace, but they are locking us in here. We are going to allow this move to go through, and we're going to win the game here with the Reggie, because we know that they have to get to this dig twice. So we have some options there. We can try to... oh, they actually try to catch a move, but we were patient enough. We are going to be able to throw this Zap Cannon at this Azumarill. Zap Cannon does not proc the debuff, so we're going to have to throw this next Zap Cannon right before they get a potential Hydro Pump. We're going to undercharge here. Zap Cannon still takes it out from that range, so that was a little bit brutal. We know that they have Dig Energy, so we're going to shield here. Ends up being the Aerial Ace, but that's okay, because at this point now, they have to get to 2 digs, or a dig and another Aerial Ace. So this is going to be the dig, and we're going to race the move, and luckily we are able to reach the move before they get to another Aerial Ace, and this is going to KO the Glider for the win. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game with the Reggie. Check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.